afternoon, a happy Tuesday. Today is terrific Tuesday on the Bridge in the Gap. We are here once again on another day, giving praise and thanks to the Almighty Father, the Creator, whoever you believe in, that we are in the land of the living once more. We are spared to see and breathe and feel and taste, touch. Right? So you know what time it is. We are going straight into the news. And in your news, the High Court has ordered the former Answer Bank Limited employee and several used car dealerships to repay more than $40 million after finding they conspired in a massive fraudulent vehicle loan scheme. Justice Frank C. Prasad ruled that a former ABL Business Development Officer, Dwayne Rojas, breached his contractual and duties by knowingly processing fraudulent vehicle loan applications supported by falsified job letters and fabricated documents. Over about 2.5 years, loans totaling tens of millions of dollars were approved for non-existent and misrepresented vehicles. Rojas was ordered to pay $16.5 million in damages, including interest and costs, after the court accepted ABL's evidence that he processed fraudulent loans exceeding $27 million. Default judgments were also entered against 5 auto dealerships, which were ordered to pay the following sums: Cylon Marketing Limited, $6.29 million; Jolex Auto Limited, $11.84 million; Miva Import Export Consultancy Limited, $4.09 million; Diamond Conceptions Company Limited, $389,923. XAD Limited, $837,313. Additional prescribed costs were awarded against each company. However, the court sharply criticized ABL for pursuing claims against several junior employees without evidence, calling the approach ill-advised and akin to a fishing expedition. As a result, claims against multiple former employees were dismissed, and the bank was ordered to pay over $896,000 in trial and injunction-related costs to some defendants. Justice C. Prasad also criticized ABL's weak internal controls and questioned why senior officers who approved the loans were not sued or called as witnesses. He noted the fraud was only uncovered after a whistleblower reported it in 2023. The judge directed that the ruling be sent to the Director of Public Prosecutions and Commissioner of Police to consider criminal charges, and to the Minister of Trade to assess whether the implicated dealerships should retain their licenses. In further news, 3 boats destroyed as U.S. Navy targets narco-terror network. 8 are dead. 8 suspected narco-terrorists were killed after U.S. military forces carried out a coordinated maritime strike against 3 vessels in the Eastern Pacific, according to the United States Southern Command. The operation, dubbed Operation Southern Spear, took place on December 15th in international waters and was authorized by U.S. Secretary of War Pete. Joint Task Force Southern Spear targeted vessels believed to be operated by designated terrorists against organizations involved in large-scale narcotics trafficking. U.S. military intelligence indicated that the boats were traveling along well-known drug smuggling routes and were actively transporting illicit narcotics at the time of interception. American forces launched precision kinetic strikes, completely destroying all 3 vessels. Southern Command reported that 8 male suspects were killed during the operation, 3 on the first vessel, 2 on the second, and 3 on the third. In a statement, the command said the strikes were intended to cripple transitional criminal networks that use drug trafficking to finance terrorism and undermine regional security. It emphasizes that the action was conducted in compliance with international law and it took place outside any nation's territorial waters. Operation Southern Spear is a part of wider U.S. efforts to combat narco-terrorism, drug smuggling, and organized crime operating across key maritime corridors in the Western Hemisphere. In more news, senior officers in the Port of Spain division say they will not allow Sunday night's fatal shooting along Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook, to overshadow the 66% reduction in murders recorded in the division since January 1st. While describing the killing of Jelani George as tragic, police officials stressed that sustained enforcement efforts have significantly reduced homicides. Up to Sunday, 32 murders were recorded in Port of Spain for 2025, compared with more than 90 during the same period in 2024. George, 28, of Herondale Street, Morvant, was shot several times around 8:50 p.m. while seated in a silver Nissan parked between Fifth and Maury Street. He was pronounced dead at the scene after two gunmen opened fire. Witnesses reported that a vehicle stopped nearby. The assailants exited and ambushed George, then fled in the same car. The incident caused a panic along Arapita Avenue, with patrons scattering and abandoning plans to buy food or socialize. Police said there were no confirmed reports of other injuries despite claims circulating on social media. George's death increased the national murder toll to 349 for the year, compared with 589 for the corresponding period last year. Senior Superintendent Raymond Thom, head of the Port of Spain division, credited the decline in murders to targeted strategies aimed at identifying and disrupting key criminal figures. We have been aggressively going after gang leaders, gang members, and their associates, Thom said, noting that the arrests under the Emergency Powers Regulation, along with other crime prevention measures, have reduced opportunities for illegal firearm activity. Among those measures, he highlighted changes to traffic flow near the Besson Street police station and the establishment of vehicle checkpoints in the area. Thom said the division has also benefited from support by several specialized units, including the Investigation and Operations Unit, Port of Spain Task Force, Port of Spain CID, City Port of Spain, Capital City Patrol Unit, and the Interagency Task Force. He commended the collaborative policing approach, adding that increased youth outreach across the division has contributed to notable reductions in shootings and woundings. Asked about the possibility of retaliation, violence following George's killing, Thom said the police were prepared to respond if necessary, adding, "We want to end the year on a calm and a peaceful note." Meanwhile, in news, in an abrupt move, Venezuela has cancelled all contracts, agreements, and negotiations for the supply of natural gas to Trinidad and Tobago, citing hostile acts by the United States. The decision was announced by Vice President Delcy Rodriguez on December 15th. The Venezuelan government accuses Trinidad and Tobago of participating in the theft of its oil following an alleged December 10th assault by the U.S. on a vessel carrying Venezuelan crude oil. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has been accused of adopting a hostile policy towards Caracas, including the allowance of U.S. military radar systems to monitor vessels carrying Venezuelan oil. The Venezuelan government has decided to halt any current or future contracts or negotiations related to the natural gas supply to the Caribbean nation in defense of its sovereignty. Internationally, a small aircraft in central Mexico on Monday while attempting an emergency landing, killing at least 7 people, according to Mexico State Civil Protection Coordinator Adrian Hernandez. The crash occurred in San Meheto and industrial zone about 3 miles from Toluca International Airport, roughly 31 miles west of Mexico City. Authorities said the plane had departed from Acapulco on Mexico's Pacific coast. Hernandez said the private jet was carrying 8 passengers and 2 crew members, but several hours after the crash, only 7 bodies have been discovered. He explained that the aircraft appeared to have attempted an emergency landing on a soccer field, but instead struck the metal roof of the nearby business, triggering a major fire. The cause of the crash is under investigation. And that's all for your news today. Thank you for joining me. We are going for a break, and we'll be right back with more Bridging the Gap. Stay tuned.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Hi, I'm Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome back to Bridging the Gap. Thank you for staying with us. We just had the news, and now I want to touch base on something. I want to get into it. And the first story that I read with the young fella who has to pay back $40 million. And I think I want us to use common sense, right? Well, we see the young man there, very well put together, dressed, because he's a hot boy in the city. But there are questions that I want to ask. Because you and I, Brownie in the road, could tell you he's not the mastermind. I don't feel in deep down in my spirit he's the mastermind. And the question what I read in the news, they asked, in order for him to get approval somebody has to sign off for it. So what about the ones that has to, who had sign off for these different approvals for these loans? Because I just have a feeling somebody's being used as a scapegoat. I could see, you could see, I don't feel he's a mastermind. But my thing is, where he getting this money to pay back? And the next thing is, you should have more common sense. That's what I tell everybody, come and make before booking. You should know, you should have proper common sense. When running a racket in a company like that, eventually you're going to get caught. And whoever you're with, running racket, them ain't going to save you. Because it's every man to their own order. So now, you have to pay 16.5 million in damages. They just in damages, including interest and cost. Because you processed loans that exceeded $27 million. I go into the story here, you know. And when I saw that story, I said, Naka, go and macro inside this boy profile and, you know, see who it is. And I realized that we had many friends in common. But to mind how I felt, because I just do a little psyche. I like to watch sometimes your status and saying how you post your status to know how you just think. And I know he's not the mastermind. Whoever it is, that is their business. But now, he in a monkey pants because you're so greedy and you want to live a lifestyle that you decide to run corruption. Handsome boy like that, yeah, handsome fella, you know, handsome youth man. So now nowhere and no institution is going to ever trust you. No institution. It's either you file for bankruptcy, that's the only thing I can tell you. File for bankruptcy or me alone, what else to tell you? Because $40 million, I am very sure you don't have. Look at the predicament you put yourself in. When I saw no, actually I saw it last night. And I said, for a young fellow who has a bright future, that's why we were talking about unemployment and stuff, right? It has some of them, when they finally get a job, they don't know how to keep it because they don't have no integrity and honesty. They have no integrity and they're not honest. And it is so easy for you to get caught up. Because when you start to see money and money start to flow, that's how corruption is starting now. As you get a little taste of the pie, one little piece of, one little bite, you know, that's how the devil is choke somehow all you. Just cut a piece of pie and get your taste. You're telling yourself you ain't going to get catch. But these financial institutions and these other places, as small as them little financial institutions, loan company, they just catch you very easy. Because they have something called booby traps. I worked in a loans company years ago. And a lot of people thought they could get away with a lot of things. But what the company does, They just watch you for 2 years and you're telling yourself you're getting away, but then you know they're watching you, you know. And they set up things called booby traps right inside a financial institution. So when you feel them and watching you, they're watching you. So now you put yourself in this, you get the piece of the pie, you become an expert. Now you as a young man, because you are in your 30s. What is Mako proper? You're in your 30s. You now start to enjoy life. Well, apparently you was enjoying it more than anything else. Because you wasn't eating the pie, you know. You started to eat lasagna, started to eat producer filet mignon. You started to eat shrimp, lobster. You're getting nice in the game. And then now you in a predicament, now starting to live, because the only way out is either you file for bankruptcy or you take jail time. And you too pretty, you look like if you can't take no jail time. And then all these other dealerships are involved. Thinking that you could have outsmart Answer McCann. We need to be wise. It is so easy to find trouble, but it's hard to come out of trouble. And as we're talking about honesty and integrity, look at just this petty. This boy did Grand Theft Auto. This was Grand Theft Auto, yeah. Literally Grand Theft Auto. But I have a video to show you. But you just being petty dishonest. And for a big grown man, you feel it's nobody do have no camera. Down to the shop, and shop have a camera. You go in the people establishment to be a petty bandit. Big grown man, and you have on your shirt and your shirt and soft pants, eh? That is what I'm vexed about. Your proper shirt and soft pants and go in the people establishment to be a petty bandit. If we can play that video. People just don't understand. It's so easy. Look how you're getting embarrassed for being a petty bandit. Do we have that video there? Calling to the people food establishment. According to the old people, pussy tone dress in the people establishment to be a petty thief, to thief the people condiments. That's to tell you how easy we could get ourselves in trouble. It's so easy. And like nobody wouldn't learn. All they wouldn't learn at all. The slightest thing that you would do in a negative light is easily caught on camera. If it's not caught on the establishment camera, everybody have a phone. Sometimes we have to learn to do without. If we don't have, we have to learn to do without. And I want to get that video there to show you all how easy they could just embarrass yourself, embarrass your family, get yourself in trouble. And I want to tell you all out there, be very careful, be very mindful. There's something that is going around that when using your cards, using either your credit card or your bank card, there are scammers walking around with machines. And they are scamming your card from your handbags, your wallets, in your back pocket, because you know men like to put their wallet in their back pocket. And they are using scanners to scan your bank card or credit card for your PIN. So I want you all to be very careful. We are in the midst of the Christmas and Carnival season. This is the time where they're out there. They're looking for it. They're hungry, they're thirsty. So please be careful, and I heard that they are doing it a lot in the various malls. So Trinity Mall, whatever mall that you like to patronize and shop and support, please be mindful of your handbags. Please be mindful of your wallets that you have out there on your persons. So, because they're getting undrastic. It's the Carnival season. Production, do we have that video? So if we can play that video, and to show how petty you could be. In your proper shirt, soft shirt, and soft pants. Glasses and things, you see, you look well put together. And you want to be a petty thief. Watch. Play over that video, please, production. Petty bandit. You go on in the people place to buy your chicken and your chips. What happen? You no pepper home? You know no pepper in your house? Pepper cheap. You can pay $9 for pepper in the grocery. You go and pick up the people pepper where they start to get up hard to make. That's what you call a klepto. Petty bandit. So they not only come in vest and short pants and slippers, they come in shirt and soft pants. And I want to shine you up, so whoever is your family member that might be watching this show here today, they could see a petty. You go with people pepper sauce. You showing how, you showing how real low you could go in on. I wonder how your family feeling today. To know that you all over social media thieving the people bottle of pepper sauce. You could have simply asked them for a cup. This is what I just can't take. This is the kind of disgrace, this kind of shame what they just want to bring to all your family. You know how them people that start to work to make pepper sauce just for only to get pepper? You know now they're not going to have no condiments outside. Just by you being a petty bandit. And when I hear that they had a petty bandit, I was looking for the two fellas on the side, on either side, Me looking for Pops in the middle. I'm not expecting Pops to reach to that level. And Pops looking so well put together. And he's smiling because he know he's doing something wrong. And you know they didn't meet you outside and hold on to you. You just say you're bad lucky. Sometimes all they just need some 2x4 just for being dotish and petty. That's real embarrassing. Big man like you. You go in the people's food place to thief a bottle of pepper sauce. You ain't even going in a grocery and pick up an expensive bottle of pepper sauce. You go in the people's establishment and pick up the people's bottle of pepper sauce to do what? What you gaining out of that? You're a petty bandit. You're a real petty thief. And that's real shameful. So I want to show you how easy it is for you to get in trouble. So we're going back to Mr. Man. And that is how, and I'll show that video because I am very sure that is how small he started in stealing. In a 2000 year, a $1,500 here, that's how they start off, A $1,500 here, a $2,000 here, and when they start to get versed in the game, and they start to get smart and wise, They started thief big. That is, it shows. So now you sit down home, cold sweating. Because you now see the judge. So you home cold sweating, want to know what you're going to do with yourself. Start to sell all them hot boy clothes. You see all them hot boy clothes, that's how you have on there. So we're going for a break, and when we come back, we have more of Bridging the Gap with you. Today's Terrific Tuesday. Stay locked on. We'll be right back.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Are you reliable, self-motivated, a good communicator, and experienced in sales? Then Good Price Wholesalers is the right opportunity for you. We are looking for individuals to join our sales team in Central and South. Applicants must have their own vehicle, sales experience, good communication skills, and a strong work ethic. If you're ready to be part of a committed and professional team, we want to hear from you. Visit us at number 5 La Pastora Road, Santa Cruz, or call 338-9884 for serious enquiries.
I'm Smith. Have you ever wondered what a man is thinking? Have you ever wondered why a man does what he does? Well, join us on our new show called A Man's Perspective, right here on Real TV on Mondays 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m., where we discuss just that. The points, the clues to get into a man's mind, right here on Real TV, bringing reality to you.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters, your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
And we are back. So we're talking about how easy it is to get yourself in these kind of problems. And it starts off from very young. It starts off from small. Because with this situation, didn't happen just like that. And we all know that. This is an ongoing situation. But what I find at the same time too, those who else were involved, as they said, it has gone back to the DPP for the DPP to do further investigations. And I would not, seeing that it is on the DPP's table, I would not even, go too much in depth concerning that, seeing that it's still under some investigation, right? But at the same time, they were asking questions. They asked about the turnover. They were criticized about the weak internal controls. Questioned by senior officers who approved the loans, were not sued or called as witnesses. That is our next question. And that's one of the questions that I had to ask. Where were the ones that were approving the loans, and why weren't they dealt with in the manner that they were supposed to be handled, right? Then they said it had a whistleblower, all right. They said the whistleblower gave the report since in 2023. So you see, 2 years now, they're looking at you. 2 years now, they're marking you. I tell you, they said booby traps. Because when they want to come with some evidence, even if they can't find evidence on all, they must find evidence on one. This is how crime, this is how these little boys who out here now, acting like common criminals, this is how it is end up, Going into people's establishments where they could think they could outsmart businesses. They think they could embezzle money. This is a serious crime here. Because I don't know how homeboy play. I don't know how we paying that back. They always say when you do the crime, you have to do the time. And it have 2 times. It have 2 different times. Time in prison or time eternity, 6 feet under. Because right now in this land, a banger season, people ain't playing with the money. Especially if they know you're conning them. That's to tell you how serious. People don't know. It have some youth men some years ago, and I saw it on the news, were working in an establishment, an institution I should say, and they were racketeering for years in this establishment. Racketeering. 19, and I think the other age was 23. Racketeering in this institution. And they worked there for about 2.5 years or 3 years. And from the time they came in the first 6 months, because you know the first 6 months is a period where the HR does take an account and watch to see how you're operating and working. Your delivery in the workplace for 6 months, probation. So apparently they were watching them since probation, but they had no substantial evidence to deal with them. So they keep them on, and they racketeer for 2.5 to 3 years. This happened years ago. And when you do here bust the mark, the amount of money they stole from this institution, and how they were stealing from the institution, they were stealing $1 a day. Sometimes $1 every hour. Stealing from this institution. You see how small? $1 a day or $1 every hour. And when they realized that the books wasn't balancing, they had to do a check. And they realized that these young boys was conning them in a smart way. at the end of the month collecting how much thousands of dollars and maybe splitting it amongst each other, and thought they could have conned the business place. This is how small it starts off. Until they were dealt with and one of them went to the States. Not knowing he did the same con behavior and was deported back to Trinidad. For trying to outsmart a business place, so you take your behavior and you go in America to do the same thing and was deported. This is to tell you how these young people think. Not young fellas alone, no. It has some women. They're properly well smart, you know. I think they are the mastermind behind masterminds are being con artists. Because as I said before, a lot of them use their physical beauty to outsmart. These are the things that are happening here. They even outsmarting every littlest thing. They're coming in your yard to cut grass and they're outsmarting you. I get outsmart already. Pay somebody to do a job for me. And since Christmas 2023 was coming, not even 2023, 2022, he was coming, and this man passed in front of my house every day. And up to now, that's exactly how as small as they outsmart you. Since 2022 to now, check how much years is that? It have people out here that they just create a business just to become con artists, you know. Because they're so versed in it and they're so greedy for money that they create businesses and going to do business, and I know a lot of people who were building homes and was outsmarted. A lot of people were victims of being outsmarted. People just creating businesses and just becoming just there to be a con artist. And that is a thinking, that's a mental illness, you know. That's a certain kind of kleptomania, you know. Because this is embedded in you since you're young. Because you can't tell me you learn how to be a con artist overnight. And how some people will sit down, go on YouTube, go on these different website pages, just to learn how to come and con you. Because if somebody could con your business out of 16.2 million or 40 million, he was using that, he was studying that like a degree. It had people very versed in these things. It had people versed in snatching. It had people versed in outsmarting people are doing work in the house. It had people who versed in outsmarting the bank. They call that there are different types of kleptos walking this earth. And I'm saying different types of snatchers. They're so good. They're so good. What they are doing now, they're walking easy in the different cities. I could only speak for the one that I am very acquainted with, which is Port of Spain. And they're walking with a sharp razor. I don't know if it's a razor blade or a razor. And they are easily cutting the straps of your bag and they're making sure that you're in a crowd area where you're not feeling people moving up, where you're not feeling that your bag is being stolen. They're moving different in tongue. And they're so bold-faced, they don't run again, they just walk. They don't walk, they just glide. They're so bold-faced now in Port of Spain and these areas. They don't long time ago when a bandit or a snatcher snatch something, you see them pelting going. But they get so brave. They just walk in. Because they're so versed. And they know when these things happen, but a lot of people, your body tends to go into shock. Like this young lady here. She was in total shock. So she can't even scream. She can't even bawl for help. She can't even run. She can't do nothing because your body, let me tell you something. These people, they sit down and study all day, you know. They just study us, you know. To know exactly when they come to snatch, they know that you are in total shock. So you can't even scream. You can't fight back, you can't bawl. And I don't tell people to fight back. Fighting back make no sense. The only thing to fight for is to fight to see another day. You could always get up, get back a gold band, you could always get back a gold chain. It's as easy as that. Fighting back makes no sense. I know too many people fight back and lost their lives. Lost their lives. Just by fighting back. So we're going for a break, and when we come back, we have more for you on Bridging the Gap, and I have a special guest for you coming soon. So today is a full fun-packed day with a lot of culture and love just for you on Bridging the Gap. We'll be right back.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. I am Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there. You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Right, so we are back and we were showing videos of different things. And sometimes you don't only watch, you watch how these individuals operate. And they operate in a very calm manner now. I don't know if it's the Snatchers Association doing some communication skills, training, or yoga, but they're so calm. The way how these fellas snatching long time, these fellas you just snatching off your neck and they bust out. Now they're watching you dead in the face and walking off. Because you stand up there in shock and you don't know what to do with yourself. But then two people. Let us be mindful. And I keep saying this, let us be mindful. These jewelry that we love to wear because we want to say that we have whatever chain or whatever we have. In these times, it's not to wear walking up and down in Port of Spain or in Arima or in San Fernando. Yes, a lot of us now, they have a lot of the Brazilian gold that's selling. And a lot of people buy it. But you are still marketing yourselves, even though you to yourself know that it's fake. But you are still sending out an invitation to be attacked. Because not everybody is going to get the same attack like the other person. Some might come with a knife. And then what you have to understand too, if somebody comes to you to attack, there's something called reflexes. There are some people have something called reflexes. So when you have when you startle or you're startled, remember when they come to rob you, they're more frightened than you, because they don't know what they're coming to expect. And they have a time frame to snatch. So when you startle them, you don't know how their reaction is going to be. So let us not put on things that can be an invitation for these young mishaps to target you. Because this is the season, well, the 2 seasons, that is going to be very hectic because they are outside. And they're outside every day. They don't take a break. They don't even rest. And I realize they're doing it in a shift system. They have a whole organized snatching. They have an organized snatching team, you know. So one will work for 3 hours and he come back and the next one will work for 3 hours. That is how they rotate. So we have to be very mindful. Be very mindful too who we do business with. Because remember we're talking about the snatchers, the con artists, the ones who love to do embezzlement. Too many of you like to follow this thing before we wrap up this segment. Too many of you, and I have to say this, too many of you like to follow this thing called Facebook Market page, which is a very dangerous department in Facebook. Yes, you are lucky. I was lucky years ago to get a TV. I was very lucky. But there are some people that are not lucky. Because a lot of people doing business off of Facebook Market and being robbed, conned, and even this year, murdered. A woman was murdered for a car transaction from Facebook Marketplace. A lot of them like to go there to see who they could prey on. And that is, and I always used to say, why people still follow? You always hear on the news over and over every week that people getting robbed from Facebook Marketplace. And even if you want to do a transaction and you think it's an honest transaction, meet up in a police station. Get a police involved. Let a police officer be a mediator in the situation. You don't go and pick up yourself and have a meeting point with the person. We live in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. And Trinidad make it worse. Every week, You're hearing somebody, they open the envelope and there's a set of toilet paper. Nobody ain't learning. And I say, these people don't learn. Or they're not reading the papers, or they're not watching the news. How many people getting con from Facebook Marketplace? That is one dangerous department. If you want to set up yourself, go there. You stand a chance meeting a boyfriend and a girlfriend on Facebook than go in Facebook Marketplace. Social media is a dangerous thing. Too many of you in Trinidad here, right here in Trinidad, not so much in Tobago, because I realize Tobago people like they have a little common sense. They have common sense. But too many of you still doing transactions, knowing if you watch these different pages, telling you this person get robbed, this person get killed, this person get stabbed. On my way to Tobago, some weeks ago when I went to Tobago, I met an old friend. He's in the media industry as well. And I saw his hand burn up and I said, why your hand burn up like that? He went to buy a car. I said, where you went to buy the car? You see the car selling on Facebook. I said, oh, let's still do that shippiness. Oh, let's still do that shippiness. He went with a $10,000 cash in his 10,000 or 20,000, I can't remember, in an envelope. And went to do some transactions with some fellas, and they robbed him, and apparently he probably fight back, and he got his hands sliced up. Fighting with a knife or a machete, I don't even know I can't remember what it was. Almost lost his fingers. All his face was bruised up. And when he went to the station to make the report, he get buff. I am all buff him because what you doing transaction on Facebook Marketplace, that's a dangerous place to go. So now you lost your 20,000 or 20-something thousand and you have no car. The only thing you had to thank God for is for life. That they had a little heart. I say, you see how much people getting themselves in trouble off of that little department? You almost lost your hands. He almost got his hands severed. And he has to thank God for life. We need to stop it. That whole department, especially in Trinidad, they need to ban it. I am very sorry to say. Because you do not know who you are doing transactions with. You are meeting strangers. Some people you may know personally. But most of the people that go there, they are strangers to you. And then they are asking you to meet you in some places. And I feel, even if they meet any station, they could still follow you. Because we're not living in a safe place. Here is not a safe place. So even if you leave the station, they could still follow you. That's to tell you how drastic it is, and we have to be mindful. So I'm just ending off that segment, you guys. We have a wonderful guest that is coming up with us today, and we're going to talk more about culture, about community, about love, about bridging the gap. So we're going for a break. We'll be right back.
viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Get ready to party with a purpose. The GMVS Community Parent Support Group presents Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete, fully AC activated and sailing aboard the Harbor Master on Friday, December 12th, 2025. Boarding starts at 7:30 p.m. We sail from 8 to 11 p.m. and it's just $250. Bring your cooler and your crew, but remember, no glass and no firearms. It's good vibes only as we party for a cause. Music by DJs Doll, Smalls, and Chunks, featuring Rihanna Gopal, Amit Suknanan, Rishi Singh, Suresh Miraj, the original Pumping in the Sandman, and Tracy D. For tickets, call Crystal at 379-9248. That's Party with a Purpose, the Cooler Fete. Cool vibes, warm hearts, and all for a good cause.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32, Saddle Road, Maraval.
I am Avinash Singh, former Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries. I will be hosting the next Harvest, a forward-looking agricultural TV series exploring innovation, resilience, and opportunity across the Caribbean farming landscape. Join me right here on Real TV every Wednesday at 9 a.m. with repeats. See you soon.
You're viewing Real TV, ultimate in programming. Thanks for choosing us.
Someone who I really look up to, a man of culture, a man for the people. He loves to serve his people, especially the younger ones. I really do appreciate him for that. Could you introduce yourself to us today?
Aye. Good day, peeps. Lester Salandi, a.k.a. John O'Cool is the name, hailing from the wonderful hills of Love on the Hill. Yeah?
Right, so, no, go ahead if you want to say anything more.
Now you go ahead, you ask the questions.
So, John, I want you to tell me how Jono started.
The name Jono? Or the
name Jono and the individual.
Funny enough, the name Jono came from an older friend of my father. Right? So on my birth paper, I actually have John Boy. So he said, nah, boy, you're turning into a man, better we call you John O instead. And that name just stick. That is how the name came, right? And then, well, continuing, the Jono, the character is performer, singing, dancing, acting. Well, dancing if need be.
Yes.
More singing, acting, set design and construct, musical tutoring, percussion tutoring, big brother role, father role, you know, anything along that line, and set engineer, husband to a wonderful wife, right? Father of many, biological father of 5. Oh no, 6. Yeah, 6 now, 6. Serenity's in the pity. I can't forget Serenity. Why am I doing that? Right? Yeah, father of 6, worker. Yeah.
So tell me, when you talk about being a musician, how that started for you? Did it start in the Love on the Hill area, or on the outskirts? Where you got the inspiration?
Music really started in the Laventille area. That is under the Prime Minister's Best Village Trophy competition, coming out from the Prince Gallant Kelly Village Combine, who is now known as the PLKV and Friends Performing Arts Company Limited, right, under the leadership of the great Mrs. Sheila Jones, right, and the musical director at them timing was Mr. Jacob, yeah, deceased, rest in peace. And he had us as a choir, bring us together and teach us to sing and stuff like that. I never know that I could have sing before, but through Best Village Hunting, that's where the music part of me started.
Okay, and beside Best Village, were you a part of any other groups in terms of the musical aspect?
Well, we were a part of plenty other groups. Hands of Rhythm, Picton Folk Performing Company, Diego Martin, Footprints, Soul Oasis Cultural Ambassadors,
right.
And well, the main group I was a part of, or I am still a part of, is the husband and wife group, right? So the singing take a different direction when my wife tell me, because I tried soca, and soca wasn't working, right? And then my wife say, well, here we're going on, let me try a calypso. She wrote a calypso some donkey years ago, and in 2023 to be exact, yes, she say, hello, you need to sing this song. I say, you mean singing no soca? So she threatened me, but I am not going to write anything again. And with something else, but I'm not saying it on TV, right? And I decided, all right, cool, let's do it. Went into studio with Myron B, now known as Calypso Night.
Right.
Started the production. And I get real buff because I never knew anything about Calypso. I thought Calypso was the same way as soca.
Right.
You know, soca, you can do what you want, you can sing it how you want. But this Calypso, I have to dot my T's and cross the I's. So I have to finish everything in the song. And my wife would be there and she would buff. You're singing it wrong. Do it again. Not so to do it. And well, I listen. We quarrel, but I still end up doing what she said to do. And funny enough, first year entering the Calypso Monarch, we end up in Skinner Park.
Right.
For the first time ever, Skinner Park. And it was like a dream come true for my wife because she never went to Skinner Park before.
Right. Okay,
but I went Skinner Park plenty times because I do background set and thing for other artists and stuff. Now. And well, this time she was actually able to be on the stage as a background vocalist. Before she used to sit down and watch it on she black and white TV home. Now she get to be there in person. You know? And well, since then, we keep trying, and well, we're trying again next year, please God.
Which is good. You can't give up.
Nope.
Because that's a blessing. You see, once you have a good writer on your side, and then you on the singing aspect, and she could sing as well.
Yeah.
But you're hand in hand. That's something that you should not give up on. That's something you have to keep. Now everything is going. Rome wasn't built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. So you have to keep persevering and keep pushing in order to, you know, see that silver lining. So you're into the Calypso. You did the group Best Village. And you also did stage.
Yeah, I do stage also for Rago Barasing production, RS and RR production.
Right.
Some of the plays like Mary Could Dance, Love Thy Neighbor, and we did one recently, You Don't Tie Foul With Cock Is, or You Don't Tie Corn With Cock Is, or Tie Foul With Corn Is.
Yes.
Right, something around that. Yeah, something where they do let foul watch corn.
Right.
I just can't remember. I just remember how to build the thing on stage, but the name of the show, I can't. But I do that. So the apartment will look like, you know, Tyler Perry and them things.
Right.
Yeah, that kind of vibes. I just bring that to life. I just do that.
Okay. All right, that's good. And so you did that as well. So we going in steps, eh? So you did that as well. Well, the Calypso came after because the stage.
Yeah, that was before.
Production was before. and then you did you come into the Calypso arena. But what I want to touch on, you being a community man, because I'm seeing pictures of you getting involved in a lot of community work with the young children, a lot of things, like you all had charity events.
Yeah, for Republic Day, we had something called the Republic Day Extravaganza, right in Laventille, where we had bouncy castle, we had different games and stuff like that for the kids, right? We also had face painting, you know. What else we had? We had the junior band sides around here, like the Highlanders Junior Steel Orchestra. We had the Courts Junior Steel Orchestra. We had games like musical chair. We had mom and dad race. We had a lot of fun, and it's something that we came up with the PLKV and Friends Performing Arts Company Limited to give back to the community, because once you get the youths on them, that's important, because if we started from now with the young people, we will be able to evolve, or these young people will be so distracted and they will only want to come to do culture.
Right.
So they ain't got no time to go and lime on the streets, because that helped me.
Yes, that's what they want.
Right, that helped me. So instead of liming on the block and liming with friends and things like that, you come, you play drum, you learn to sing, you learn to dance, you learn to act, right? And I work closely alongside, well, my co-owner of the group, Miss Sherry-Ann Ruben Black. You know, well, she really called me out. She said, boy, let's restart the group, because the group did disband.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody get big, you know how this go. Women get pregnant, they have child, work, lifestyle of life.
Yes.
So they started drinking different type of teas, no longer Milo or Swiss Miss. It's responsibility.
Right.
So she said, I have a team of youths here, John, let me start back this group. I say, Sharia, and I'm not into that, and I started singing Calypso. I look into swing in a different direction. And then when she forced me, she said, boy, I'm begging you, let me do this. And had the youths on them. And I say, all right, cool. It's for the youths. We will do it. And we move forward, and well, everything is history from there. So that the Republic Day Extravaganza is the first of many to come. We also hosted 1 or 2 workshops where we had Takia Springer, who had her show on Saturday. It was Saturday, yeah. Nostalgia, right? Where we guest performed in her show. She actually came up to the school and she did a workshop with us. Right? She specialized in hip hop, right? And then we also had one of the greatest folk choreographers of all time, from me, the esteemed Delton Frank. He came and he did a workshop with us also, right? So we try to, how I should say, educate the youths through dance and culture, right, to keep them away, because most of the children in our group from the Laventille and environ.
Oh, that's beautiful. But one thing I heard you talk about, that is what kept you away from going on by the corner to Lime and so forth, right? But what I wanted to touch on, how was it that we're growing up, that was, you are around that a lot. Yeah. You are around with a lot of, some were positive, some were negatives. But how did you deal with the negative aspect as a young person growing up, as a quote unquote say Laventille, because they don't want to give Laventille a stigma. Yeah. So how did you deal with that growing up as a young man?
Well, when young growing up, I think my father really helped with that also, because, excuse me, a day he was really passing by Success Secondary, because that's where we practice, and there was a shop outside, and he saw some guys playing drum, Michael De Pisa, Sean Singh, who is the owner of Soul Oasis Cultural Ambassadors right now, doing very well for themselves also. The Republic Bank Soul Oasis Cultural Ambassadors, I should say, aka Soca, Stephen Singh, which is Sean Singh's brother. And yeah, I met the 3 of them. My father met them, said, son, let's play drum. I used to be home beating a bucket. And he saw that the negativity was kind of festering a little bit, especially in school. So when you go to school, you have these peers that give you that pressure, force you. Where some people might say you had a choice, you have a choice, but sometimes when you're back against a wall, that choice is hard.
Yes,
that choice real hard. And then I started going, and when I now start, when you go to a rehearsal on the stage, there's 20-something drummers on the stage. And you as a newbie now, you had to wait for a drummer to get tired. And you would stand up there, 2 hours would pass and a drummer not tired. So my father eventually purchased my own drum, and the drumming, that's what I started with first, actually playing drums. And that kept me away from studying because I always look forward to going because I started going on little events. You know, we started performing. That's the first time I know about Queen's Hall.
Yeah.
It didn't have Napa and Sapa in them time yet. But it had like Queen's Hall, it had Napa Rima Bowl.
Right.
And that's the first time I know about these places. And it's like you're going in a maxi, you know, and it was fun. So the negative side of the area just started to do so. Started stray away. And in my timing, funny enough, and I always tell the youths and them now, there was respect on the streets. Where
That's the thing.
if somebody who's a supposed gangster, as we would say, or the supposed person in
Community
charge or
leader.
whatever, if he see you lyman as a youth man, he would send you home.
Right.
He will run you home. Hello, go home in your mother place. This kind of vibes like that now, boy. So we also had that in my time. And alongside the music, and they would support what we do.
Yeah.
So they would be like, hey, that's the drummer boy, all they're doing real good, boy. All they're representing me real good and stuff like that. So we felt good because it wasn't me alone, it was a group of us. We felt really, really good about it. So it's the drumming and culture.
Right.
What kind of block off that negative side of my mind, you know?
I like that. I don't know if we can play a video there so we can show a little touch of what John, what he's doing in the community right now, or we'll have to go for a break. But we would like to show that clipping. I have a few clippings that we want to show. And let you see for yourselves what is showcasing in the Laventille area. If we can play that video.
The incredibly talented drummer pool doing for us this evening a tribute to elders.
Treating icons. Oh, Jesus Christ.
See, I don't know what you need this evening. Ooh, damn. Hold it for this evening.
A little hungry.
Now, louder than that, please. Thank you very much. Louder than that. Well, we're not performing tonight. We come off the stage. All you feeling that? Hey, wonderful, man. Unification. DJ, give us something to listen.
And that was just a little snippet with Jono with his calypso, paying homage to those in the legacy, the calypsonians, those that paved the way for a lot of us in Trinidad and Tobago. But when we come back, we will go more in depth, and we have some videos with the camp that he had over the vacation period that I want you all to see. Stay locked on.
viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us. I am Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, inviting you to join me for the rebirth of Apne Sitare, Our Stars, a vibrant and spectacular show celebrating the incredible local talents of the sons and daughters of Trinidad and Tobago. Experience the beauty of our culture through singing, dancing, and musical performances as we keep the arts alive and shining bright. Tune in right here on Real TV every Sunday from 1 p.m. for Apne Sitare, Our Stars. See you there. You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Welcome back to Bridging the Gap. So we are here again with our special guest, John O'Cool from the Lavatal area, who has so many hats to talk about. They are multiple. You can't even hold some of them. So we want to go straight into the video with a camp. It's a correct me? It's a camp that
It's a performance.
A performance.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a performance, not a camp. Like we did a show.
Oh, okay. No, but the video with the dancers and the drummers, it's a camp. Is it a camp that you have with the drumming and the drumology and the West Village dancing?
Where we have a cultural group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a cultural group. So sometimes you'll see rehearsals.
Okay.
You will see performances. And I also work with St. Hilda's Government Primary School. That's my little son's school.
Okay.
I do the clubs program there with them. So you will see snippets of that also.
All right. So we want to showcase one of the clips. If you can play that for us.
One of the security, and I'm telling the principal is no one will.
So you all saw the amount of work that is being done even in the schools, in the community, and this is what we need to see. We need to see more people, especially not only in the Laventille area, it shouldn't even be in the Belmont area alone, shouldn't even be in the Port of Spain area alone, but further, let's go to San Fernando, let's reach as far as Grande, let's reach as far as Toco. Let us spread this community love and community unity, because this is what we need to see. We need to see communities that they have the quote-unquote stigma. We need to see more love, more fathers coming out. We're seeing fathers having father race. The fathers are, they like to say, who are absentee and not in their children's life. We have these fathers coming together and bridging the gap. Remember, we always have to say, I'm bridging the gap and being present. And when we have a father like Mr. John O'Cool here, we have a father like him, a lot of fathers will want to follow and emulate the same patterns that he's trying to create in the Laventille community. And when we see more fathers doing this, because let me tell you this, Trinidad and Tobago and Realty family, in this present time, we have too many fathers that are missing in their children's life. We have too many children saying, because the daddy vexed with mommy, he not coming around. There are too many fathers that put more emphasis and importance on other things than their children. So now we have this person here, and a lot of, I tell you, we are going to have a domino effect and a ripple effect, you know, because a lot of fathers are going to get more involved. And as we're talking about fathers, John, how do you feel in terms of the father presence? You know, when you have these little fundraisers and, you know, the children coming out to do the little drumology and whatever, the father presence, how do you feel about that?
You know, actually, this feel really good, because as you see in one of the videos there, we was in the St. Hilda's Government Primary School, where I work alongside with, as the co-owner of the PLKV and Friends, Sherry Ann Ruben Black. She's the dance choreographer and the drumming instructor. And those children, they might say Uncle Jono, but it's like, when they go home, it's only my name that's be calling in the house.
Yeah.
You know, and it is feel good, because apart from coming and just playing drums or dancing, we go with a strict discipline level where your uniform is very important, right? How you attire yourself, because if you can see they're well attired, so nobody can come to our class without a button, without the tie, without the shirt being in the pants. It's important. So we instill a type of discipline that it even reflects in the school work. Because there's a guy who plays drum with us. I wouldn't call no name or anything like that. And me and my wife, we sat in a meeting, and the teachers said that he can't learn. Right? Now, this is a guy that was getting, let me say, D and F in exams. And since he started functioning with our group and he around me a lot, it's like he called me and he said, Jono, boy, I get a C this time, I get a C. I say, all right, cool. And I get a B that next one. And that's the same child the teacher say, could not learn. Right? But you see what happening now? What I do, I go down to their level. I talk their language.
Yeah.
So when you talk their language and you educate them through their language, they in turn absorb all that information, and it makes them a better person or a better child or a better individual. So you find when they go home now, they will be listening to their parents. They might be beating the bucket, the pot, the stove, because my wife does get that right through. My sons and them, they beat everything once. And Serenity now, she beats everything. She dances the same way. And it's a joy to hear that a mother could say, the only problem I have now is my child beating everything.
Yeah.
And it will bring business for me too, because you'll have to get a drum and I'll have to get the drum for you. So, I mean, come on, it's only fair. Yeah. But it's a joy to see the joy. And as you see here now, watch these little boys, watch these little fellas and them here, right? And these little fellas did a show in City Hall, right? And the crowd was like, wow. And we just gave them a little piece and they wanted more, you know what I mean? And these little children, boy, it is really... Yeah. And you see, once you catch them from here, that is it. Trust me, that is it. And this is natural talent, eh?
Yes.
This is no weeks upon weeks of teaching somebody to play something here. This set of youths and these dancers is natural talent.
Yeah.
They come, we start teaching them, they absorb the information so quick, and they execute it.
And let me tell you this, I am very happy to know that you took this talent that you have, that God bless you with, because it's a God blessed talent. And you took this talent that God bless you with and that you are expanding it, especially into the schools. But do you have any interest into going into other schools to you know, let them embrace?
I don't mind. I don't mind going into other schools and stuff like that. If the school reach out to us, we go out to them. Because Sherry Ann, she also teaches in that is St. Catherine's Guild. Yes,
Yeah.
St. Catherine's Guild. She also does some stuff there. And she also does some stuff at a school in St. Augustine time after time, you know. And well, we did some drumming in the Success Secondary School with some of the youth men and them there also. It's a bit harder to deal with them, but as I say, just talk their language.
Yeah.
Just talk their language, and their language is probably the clocket and the and you know, and the up top and the 6, 7 and them kind of, you know what I mean? So you talk their language, but you put your information in their language.
Yeah.
And you still show them that here what's going on. All the language is crap enough. You know, because the trend of the 80s, we might have been the last of the silk, as they might say.
I think the proper thinking ones. That's what we say.
You know? But once we don't give up on these children now, because the problem is we have a lot of single parent homes, and the single parent home is the single mothers, not much so the fathers. Not saying anything against the dads, but we have the single mothers that bear this burden.
True.
You know, and it's difficult because even one of my other students, he really can't read and write properly.
Right.
And his mom does have an issue, and because the teacher has an issue.
Right.
Right? And I would show him how to fix that problem, and he will go and he will be a bit more successful moving forward. You know, so they look at me as sometimes in these classes they can't wait for me to reach.
Yeah.
They can't wait because at a certain time in the school they just have for the class, right?
For the club, right.
As they call it, clubs. This cultural transformation thing that the ministry did instill, right? And from the time they see us, that is the day. All hell break loose. They're happy after that, and you wouldn't believe when they finish and they go back to class, they function so well. So it's like they can't wait for Wednesday.
Like a stress reliever.
Yeah, they can't wait for Wednesday. So Monday come, Tuesday, hey, tomorrow is Wednesday, we're glad. So they know that Monday and Tuesday, I have to function in class. Otherwise on Wednesday, I will not be able to be a part of general class.
Right.
And it helps them to be real calm and, you know,
that's good.
It's noise.
I was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they said, dramology is something that is becoming of the past and past culture. I said the reason that is being in that light because we are from the African culture, and a lot of African people now, they have become more westernized and modernized, and they're not really black conscious like how they used to be in the long time days when it had the NJACs and the power movement. They didn't have things like that. They don't think like that, I should say. So now everybody on the love and hip hop and the maritime medicine thinking. So how can we as African culture, how can we help to preserve that culture? Because you know drumming comes from the African culture, Best Village is from the African culture. How can we preserve it?
And funny enough, you know, Best Village is not just African anymore.
No, because it's East
Best
Indian
Village is
as
East
well.
Indian. You have East Indian categories, you have Chinese category, you have Spanish
Right.
category, and all these things. So because you know, Trinidad is what we call a multicultural or
a Kalalu nation.
Yeah, it's a Kalalu nation. So you know, in order for that to happen, I mean that's a topic for a different time, you know, because that plenty, you know what I'm saying? That is plenty.
You have to dig deeper though.
Yeah, that is plenty.
You have
and
to
then
dig deep.
that veins you're going and touch that people might be watching and say, but we need to, I'm to boy, you know.
Yeah,
So it really comes from on top.
Yeah.
Because it's as much as people like Sherry and myself, the Sean Sings, the Delton Franks, even the Takia Springer with respect to the hip hop culture, as you seen one of the videos, and then there where she came and she did the hip hop workshop with us. You know, it starts from on top. It really starts from on top because we could try. What I know, I ain't gonna stop trying. I will get as much use as I could. Once I change at least 10 children for the week, change their lives, I go to that.
All right. Hold on there. We have more coming up because we're coming down to the last leg of Bridging the Gap. So stay with us. We are going for a break, pay some bills. We'll be right back.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Hi, I'm Zalisa Budu Singh Rupani, and I'm inviting you to join me for Conversations with Zalisa right here on Real TV. It's not just another talk show, it's a space for real stories, real insight, and real impact. We cover it all: health, law, parenting, relationships, drug and substance abuse, mental health, social issues, and so much more, with expert guests who help bring clarity to life's most important questions. So whether you're looking to be informed, empowered, or simply inspired, this show is for you. Weekdays at 10 a.m. with repeats on Real TV.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
You're viewing Real TV. Thanks for choosing us.
And we are back. You know, we have, on the break time, we used to have a little chitty chatter. And you know what, Ponder, came to mind, what we didn't talk about, Mr. Jono. That talk about the rhythm band. The rhythm band, you have listen now, you have some talented people in the rhythm band, and I have to be very blessed. I was one of them.
Wow.
I was one of them years ago. Years ago when my face wasn't so chubby, my face was hard. Hard like life. But the rhythm band, you still have the rhythm band.
Yeah, we still have something going on.
You still have the rhythm band going on because you will play for footballs
yeah.
with the Soca Warriors. You'll take part in
well, it's not Soca Warriors anymore, so we have to be careful what we say now. I forget what them is now. Some calypso.
Trinidad and Tobago football team. Let me just play it safe. Trinidad and Tobago football team. So you'll take part in that as well as you'll take part in events.
Yeah.
Different carnival season.
Like
You all are very busy in the carnival season. So tell me about that, because the people would not understand what is a rhythm band. What a rhythm band comprises of. So explain that to us.
A rhythm band is basically the evolved form of a rhythm section. So we will have all the elements of a rhythm section, and in addition to that, we'll have tuned instruments also. But the rhythm section is not like the normal tiki-laka, boom, da-dum, ding, dum, da-dum. We'd actually play music. So we'd actually play, let me say, I'm the Barande. We'll actually play that.
Right.
And then what we started doing also, we added vocals to the rhythm band, as you would say. And yeah, she was a part of it.
Yeah, what's up?
As a vocalist at a time, when she was skinny, right? she said she was.
That's very strong,
you know. So we did that, and that also grabbed some youths off the streets also, you know. Yeah, that actually grabbed some talented. We had players from the Trinidad and Tobago Cadet Force, right? We had players from the fire service. Yeah. Where we had players from again, boy. Yeah, fire service, cadet force. We had from police also, you know, and we merged and we made the rhythm band, and the name came from Tobago, formerly known as we was the Hands of Rhythm in them time. And now we relaunched something else that's called the Trinbago Rhythm Mansion under the leadership of Rico, guitarist from Bungie Gallon, good friend of mine also. Yeah, and well, we're still doing that. Because that's our vibes that we ever did. Yeah. You know? Hardcore rhythm with music. So it's not just for drunk people alone, it's for people just to sit down and they get vibes and they can listen to what we do.
And they have something, not to cut you out, they have something called brass. Brass is something that a lot of people love. People love brass. So.
I know you love brass, right? But yeah, we also have brass, we have trumpet, trombone. We have trumpet and trombone also, you know what I mean? Yeah. Saxophone too. Yeah. We have that. And most of the time the brass will speak the melody of the song. So you will be hearing, what you will hear the singer sing, the brass will play that. Right. What the other musicians will play in the music itself, the rhythm will also do that. So that's another thing that we have. And on the 31st of January next year, please God, we will be doing a rhythm workshop, that we're going to show or explain to the public what is the purpose of our rhythm section or the engine room in our steel orchestra, or what plenty people know as a panside. Yeah. So we don't call ourselves pansides anymore. We are a steel orchestra. Right. You know, so you're going on the 31st of January. As time goes by, we probably might come back to give a little more talk.
Of course, I want you to come back and, you know, let people know. So people could, who wants to get involved can get involved, because this is our knack. This is part of our culture, us, Trinidad and Tobago. This is who we are as a nation. So whoever wants to get involved, it is open for them to, you know, we will bring you back soon to talk about in that aspect. So we talking about a lot of things. Talk about Jono the father.
Wow. That's a good topic, you know.
Because you're so involved in a lot of things, and at the same
time. Oh, you share that time, man.
And how you share that time.
Well, that time is shared because I'm a wife, really, you know. Right. Because it wasn't from a wife, boy. That's a story for another time. Yeah. But she was kind of helping me maintain the balance between everything and family life. Because my sons and they also are part of the everything. Yeah. You know? Just the only time they don't be a part of the everything is when school time. Because their mother don't play. Yeah. You see school work, she don't play. She don't care what it is, you know? Because my son, he in the Cadet Steel Orchestra, and because he will be writing CXC next year and he have SBAs to do, probably 2 or 3 months now he ain't go to a rehearsal. So it's only now he get any opportunity to go to the Highlander Steel Orchestra Junior, because Panorama coming and well test done, and he probably 3/4 the way through his SBAs, you know. But other than that, she don't play at all. And I would advise everybody and anybody out there, you see like what you doing here? Yeah. That is a strong thing. Thank you. As my wife called it, the strength of a woman.
Thank you.
It is a
Appreciate
strong
it.
thing. She lucky if she did get invited to this interview here today and make she sing. Trust me, she know that pushy and spot. And she watching me right now, I know.
Yeah.
She watching me right now. With one eyebrow up and one eyebrow down. But it's because I'm a wife, man. Because at that time I was seriously lost.
Yeah.
Or what we would say, engulfed in the world. You know? It might be a pips for some people. But in the long run, it don't work out. It don't work out. And I think that is one of the problems that a lot of the men have now. They get caught up in the world. Because the world nice, you know?
Yeah.
It really, it's
enticing.
nice. It just feel, you just think you're feeling happy, but if it wasn't for her, she'd do something. Lasso.
Yeah.
Bring you back in. And then she's a strong supporter. That is the best support you could get.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the
woman
best support. Yeah. Yep. That is why we call she warrior queen. Yeah. She's warrior queen, and I would say this, I would slip in this now, only look out for she. Strength of a Woman, that's the name of her song, because she also sings.
Yeah.
And she helps me balance everything else and family. Because she here today too.
Yeah.
You know, she here.
But you know she has to come soon to showcase.
Yeah. She have to as soon as that song finished completely.
I gave her a deadline, so.
Oh, she has a deadline?
Yeah, she has a deadline.
Okay.
So I gave her a deadline. She has to fix herself. But so I know for sure that you have a great relationship with your sons.
Yeah.
You have all your sons. You have a great relationship with your kids. On the road.
Yeah. And that, but again, that's because of her.
Yeah, you have a great relationship with your sons, and how you have sons that in the now life. So even though that they are being guided home, and mommy don't play, because mommy is the disciplinarian. You are the disciplinarian too as well. But remember, you always on the go. So how do you deal with boys, especially boy children? Because boy children are the ones that they always have to keep your eyes on. How do you deal with the children of the now, especially these boy children that you have?
Well, as I said before, you talk their language.
Yeah.
Once you talk their language, they will understand. Now, they could be your friends, but you can have a line between friend and his daddy.
Yeah.
This kind of way. So sometimes they might play the two-card game where they might ask mommy something and mommy might say no. And then they will come to me as if they didn't ask mommy anything.
Yeah.
And then I might say yes. So then we will realize that happened and we will know what to do when that time arrives. But dealing with the boys and them, it's a bit easier than dealing with the girls and them, because dealing with the young ladies and them, you're a bit more overprotective, because a lot of people or a lot of young fellas mightn't treat them with that type of respect. So you actually show them how a woman should be treated. So it actually starts from home. So if they out there and they understand, well, here what's going on, my father don't treat my mother like this, so then you're not supposed to treat me like this.
Right.
So it's harder to deal with the young ladies than to deal with the boys, because the boys, truthfully, I could just give you a choke slam. Yeah, just get a choke slam. Party done after that. Party done. Wrestling and that is the day. But I mean, it's nice. And what makes it easier? See, once your boys learn respect, once they learn that respect, to respect not just
children
themselves. Yeah. So that's why you see we'll try to grab them from young. We'll try to instill it and keep on saying it every day. Every day. Something you have to repeat every day. It's like maths.
Yeah.
Maths, you can't just say I'm going to learn maths tomorrow and do exam next week. You had to practice maths.
Yeah, it had to be.
So you had the boys and them, they had to practice how to be gentlemen. The ladies had to practice how to be young women, right? And with people like us, we will make sure and try to make that remain in their lives and their minds now,
Yeah. And one thing I wanted to ask, would you ever think of coming up with a fathers group in your community? Like, young fathers get engaged in young fathers for them to be more present in their children's life, or not only to be in their children's life, but to be a father figure to those that don't have fathers.
No,
that's a good idea.
That is a good idea. That is a good idea. I never thought about it, but it's something I think I will.
Yeah, because you have a
I
lot
will
of
try it.
male,
Yeah.
you have a lot of male people in your circle, in your corner,
Yeah.
and a lot of them they are somebody that children will want to look up to because
Yep.
they don't line with fools.
Exactly.
You don't be around fools, and you're very protective of your circle, and having and even so too. What would be great, those that are fathers, it can be a support group just
Yeah.
for them. Well, because you know, it have some fathers just go through just go through emotional stress, you know, but don't know how to talk about it or express themselves.
Exactly.
And sometimes they may tend to lash out sometimes. So if they have this male support group, not only with the young boys could be a different part, but having this male group with just you'll have your little group already, but extend it to those in the Laventille community, which would be a very good idea.
That is a good
because
idea.
a lot of young men who are fathers in the Laventille area need guidance. They
That's
need
true.
that support. They need somebody to,
Yeah.
have the back.
I like that. I'll take that idea.
You see? Look, we,
You-
look, we.
you
You see
can't-
how
you
we can
can't-
bridge it up here?
You can't charge for copyright for that idea. Though. That's just an idea. You know,
No, I'll give you the idea
copyright
free.
on
I'll give you that for
Don't
free.
come when this blow up on your series end up on BBC and CNN and World News and things. And you say,
No,
yeah, what
I'll
going on?
give you
Yeah.
that one. I'll give you that one.
Yo,
I'll give you that.
that's a great idea, man. I never really
Yeah.
think about that.
No, but
You always
that is-
target the youth, but you know if you can target the fathers and then also
Fathers.
it'll be a great help.
Yeah.
I
And
like
when they realize that they can have support amongst each other, it will make them better fathers, you know.
Yep. It
It
will.
will make them want to be more present in their children's life.
Yep.
And I just
That's
sat
true.
down there and I was like, but wait, Laventille don't have a father's support group. We need to have father support group in all communities, you know.
Yeah.
The same thing with women. Women always with woman power. Everything is a woman power, but what happened to the support for the men?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you know, sit down and think about it and ponder.
I don't think it.
I'm telling you, I always say that, you know, I love where I know love is. And love really is in Laventille. I'm being honest, I am not from the area. I didn't grow up there, but love is in the area. So is there anything you want to add before you touch or, you know, anything that you want to talk about?
Yeah, what I would say. Once you're looking to do something positive, stick at it.
Yeah.
If you want to be a singer, stick at it. If you want to be a doctor, stick at it. Don't give up. Don't give up at all. Don't give up. You might feel like, hey, what's going on? I ain't going to get through. But you will eventually get through. You know? And I would also reach out to anybody who wants to be a part of a cultural organization. You could always call 3190683 and you could be a part of the
What do you call
PLKV
that
and
number?
Friends Performance
Quick boy.
Company.
What was
Because
the number?
I remember that number. That's my number. So I can't remember no other number.
What's that number again?
3190683.
And they can ask for John.
Yeah, you could ask. Well, that's my number.
Yeah, well, that's his number. So you can call that number and you can ask for him, any of y'all who want to be a part of the culture, who want to learn how to be drum, who probably want to learn how to play pan, who want to be a little taste of being in a rhythm band, who want to dance Best Village, who want to sing, who want to act. You get it all. They have a lot of different programs that are available to you guys, and that's something I will always mention once that it is available. I'll always mention for those that are listening to know, and they can always take part. And where are you all located?
Success Secondary School. That's where we rehearse.
Okay.
And again, all this, I would not be able to do all this without my wife. I'm mad culture on the screen now, but no, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do shit. That's my support.
Yeah.
That is my support.
Yeah.
For me to do what it is I'm doing. Right? So once you have that support,
Yeah.
yo, GT, talk the language, we got clacket.
Yeah, I seen this clocket thing. I hear me now, what is that? And this 6-7, I'm telling these children, I said,
And this
what?
is when Takia came and did the workshop with our organization, Takia Springer. You can always reach out to Takia also. She does wonderful hip-hop choreographies and stuff like that. But she had a dance school on the whole, so, you know.
But Jono, thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming out. I will want you all to come back again closer to the time when you all are having
what we're gonna do the workshop to show what and the purpose of our engine room in a steel orchestra.
In a steel orchestra.
Yeah.
Well, all hear that.
With the Highlanders Junior Steel Orchestra.
Right, you all hear that. So we are going to end with a series of videos with Jono and the Best Village group with the talents that portray their talents. And or we could also end with Jono's song. We can end with Jono's song. Let me give Jono his flowers today. We will end with Jono's Calypso. What's the name of the Calypso again?
Tribute to the Icons.
Tribute
Written and
to the
composed
Icons.
by my wife again. You see? So
Composed by Alana Daniel
Salandi, aka Warrior Queen.
Right. So we will end with that show today. Thank you guys for talking with me. We were here for a good while. Thank you, Jono. Tomorrow we're talking about cultural identity, because this is something that we do not address, and we need to differentiate the two of cultural identity and nationalism. So tomorrow will be greater. Bye.
The incredibly talented Jono Poole doing for us this evening a tribute to Elvis.
Tribute to the icons. Lord Jesus Christ.
Sarah, how are we feeling this evening? Oh, how are we feeling this evening?
A little hungry.
Louder than that, please. Thank you very much. Louder than that. Well, we're not performing tonight. We come off the stage. How are you feeling that? Yeah, wonderful, man. Unification. DJ, give us something to please. She always